Power and Digital Infrastructure Acquisition Corp. This is a blank check company that just went public to the tune of $250 million. Barclays and Bank of America handled the financials, but who initially made this purchase? And why do I believe that it is the perfect catalyst for Energy Web token? See, the article gave us the announcement, but when I did some digging, I was able to find the prospectus for the filing. As always, guys, this is your Digit Hustle News, and I am Wade Teamer. Now, allow me to turn your attention to Exhibit A, the prospectus, which was published on December 9th. Amongst all this financial jargon, we can find a very small About Us section that'll give us our first clue. It states that Power and Digital Infrastructure Acquisition Corp. is described as a blank check company, newly incorporated as a Delaware corporation for the purpose of effecting a merger, capital stock exchange, asset acquisition, stock purchase, reorganization, or similar business combination with one or more businesses or entities, which they refer to throughout this prospectus as our initial business combination. Now, that's who they are. But to find out what they do, we only had to go down a few paragraphs, guys. It states that we intend to pursue opportunities that are driving electrical power grid transition, both on the supply side as well as the demand side. They are also seeking co optimization opportunities between supply and demand of the electrical grid in the United States. Now, continuing further, we get to see the specifics of what they look to put their money into. They say they plan to target high growth businesses or entities, including, but not limited to, renewable power generation, power, technology, equipment, and services companies that focus on intermittent renewables. It's going to be very key. And then lastly, dispatchable energy transition infrastructure. Now, that's the supply side. On the demand side is where it all starts to come together. They say that tremendous growth is being driven by high energy consumers in the digital infrastructure industry. This is where we plan to target businesses comprised of, but not limited to, data centers and data center management, blockchain infrastructure, and frontier technology infrastructure that incorporates these high density energy consumers into the electrical grid. Now, obviously, guys, when I saw the words blockchain, I was drawn in even deeper. So, how else do they feel about blockchain? Well, it goes on to describe it as being able to act as a virtual power plant by reducing its mining operations when electricity demand is either high and or renewable output is low. In essence, their intention is to acquire a business or entity that could benefit from their expertise across power and digital infrastructure landscape. So, if you can't already tell how Energy Web fits perfectly right here, let me take you to Exhibit B. Now, according to Yahoo Finance, 91 institutions own 84% of XPDI. But who is at the top of that list? It's none other than the owner of everything, Blackrock. Okay? The same Blackrock that is owned by Larry Fink, who earlier in the year put down the ultimatum in a letter to all the CEOs of the world, urging them to become more energy compliant. On top of that, just this past week, guys, the United States signed an executive order for 2022 catalyzing America's clean energy economy through federal sustainability, a process in which they look to accelerate through domestic and international partnerships. Domestic partnerships. Well, on October 6th, Energy Web went before policymakers to connect the dots on the Crypto and Climate Initiative, guys, also known as the Crypto Climate Accord. And again, large bulk of the discussion that day was on the newly formed Crypto Climate Accord. This accord which has over 170 organizations from the crypto industry and energy sectors, both foreign and domestic. Now, when on the subject of partnerships, it's important that we take a look at the two companies that came together to create Energy Web Token. First, Rocky Mountain Institute, guys, also on the Climate Accord and has over 40 years of working on US policy. Right now, they are working on an initiative called America All In. This initiative is being described as the most expansive coalition of leaders ever assembled in support of climate action in the United States. They're actively working with the federal government to develop a national climate strategy. Okay? Now, the next company, Grid Singularity, the foreign partnership, and specialists in building high efficiency energy grids using blockchain technology. These are the two companies that came together and brought us Energy Web Token. Now, again, if you look at the use cases for Energy Web in the form of grid operation, which looks to maximize the value of distributed energy resources, we also have aggregators and OEMs, simply tokenized energy assets, as well as energy supply, enhancement of green product offerings to reach more customers. And must I not forget to mention, Energy Web has a list of partners that rivals Ripple and Hedera Hashgraph, guys. And the most interesting part about that is the fact that Blackrock owns a number of these companies that are partnered with Energy Web, guys. For example, General Electric, Shell, Hitachi, Siemens, Procter and Gamble. I mean, the list really goes on, guys. It really goes on. But to put the icing on the cake, in the past week, Energy Web has been very active. On December 3rd, they actually announced that they were working with BMW. And then on December 10th, they were the center of attention in DC for another climate related event. Simply put, guys, Energy Web Token, definitely a buy. It's the industry leader when it comes to one of the biggest topics of our generation, climate change. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you never miss another one. Also, if you're new to crypto, Abra, Crypto.com, FTX, and Coinbase links are in the description. And as always, guys, before we leave every video, you know I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day. Most importantly, we making this money. I'll see y'all in the next one.